Tuesday first, we know that you have an opener with Bruce Argrado that'll be starting the game too. What is the pitching plan looking like after that?
That's a good question. I think that given the off days, the state of our pen currently, it's essentially having 8 other options or 7 other options at our disposal. So they've kind of constructed their lineup the way they do, and so for me, it's kind of let the game play out. Bruiser will take the first inning. He might take down part of the second inning, and then we'll kind of go from there.
So do you see it more of a bullpen game, or do you
Absolutely.
see that not Michael Grove taking down the Golden Age?
Yeah, you know what? Just kind of after last night and kind of doing like a, talking through potentially today. So Michael's certainly available. Whether he takes the bulk will depend on the game situation.
When it comes to just facing Shohei Ohtani, you talked about the other day how if you were out there, you'd rather face him as a hitter, not a pitcher, but this will be the first time he is facing the Dodgers in the Freeway Series. What are you looking to see from him, and how do you want to see your offense find ways to attack him?
It's going to be tough. It's an elite fastball, it's strike throwing, it's big stuff, there's a split in there, breaking ball. I'm actually, as a fan, looking forward to seeing him on the mound and then, hit in the high up in the order. It's like back to Little League, and so I'm very anxious to see it as a fan. Preparing against him is going to be certainly difficult. I think for us, we just got to try to get him in the strike zone and take good at bats, and hopefully get to that pen who's actually been pretty decent.
Skipper, tonight we all have the privilege of seeing two-way sensation Shelby Ohtani. And I know you're a little partial to red than red stitch, but do you think he would look even better in blue? Do you ever have dreams about that?
I think every manager would say he would look better in their colors, but unfortunately we got to oppose him tonight, so so it's going to be a tall order, but we'll see what happens.
I know it's your first time facing him as a pitcher, but has he evolved as a player in the last few years? Obviously he's been healthy, but is there anything that you've seen that he's sort of gotten better at?
So I think for me, the hitting side of things, he's managed balls in on him a lot better than when he first came into the league. Balls at the top of the zone, he clearly handles. So I think that the holes, places to go, he's closed those lanes, and just speaks to his adaptability, his talent. I haven't seen him much as a pitcher, to be quite honest. We saw him maybe a handful of years ago at our place in the Freeway Series, but pre-season exhibition, but haven't seen him live in quite some time.
So how do you pitch him? How do you pitch to him?
You just got to move it around. You got to move it around. He hunts certain locations. You just got to kind of be mindful of sequencing, because smart player, and you just can't keep going to the same spot.
With Shelby, it's the same neck issue from last week.
Yeah, Shelby, it's something I think he's dealt with. I don't think anyone appreciated the extent of it, and it's going to take him out for quite some time, for weeks, and so I'm just amazed at how he still could perform with that. But it's an older injury that sort of showed its head again, and so it'll certainly be 3 to 4 weeks before you see him again at the floor.
He's going to have scans or anything like that?
I think he already did, and I don't know the reports, but there's some kind of old injury neck that showed itself again, but I don't know the exact diagnosis.
3 to 4 weeks he'll be down?
Yeah.
3 to 4, okay.
Yeah.
Without throwing at all?
I think it's 2 weeks without throwing, so to get back with us, it's at least 3 to 4 weeks,
Skipper, finally, how impressed have you been with Clayton? I know you've addressed this before, but he just doesn't cease to amaze with his age, and I know the experience helps him a lot, but has he been the biggest surprise you've had so far this season?
I wouldn't say surprise. I don't think Clayton performing consistently has surprised anyone. I am amazed at how he just continues to stay focused, stay hungry. He doesn't give anything away, and for as long as he's been doing this, it's quite remarkable.
Are you surprised that he's the one guy in that rotation that hasn't gone to the injured list, considering his history?
I think considering the history, I think that's fair. He does such a good job of trying to manage his body, tailoring his workouts. So that in one sense is no surprise, but certainly given what we've endured the last handful of years, to see where he's at right now has been really good to see.
David Peralta is doing great now. What do you think of him?
I think David is finally really comfortable with being in a Dodge uniform, his teammates, his role. He's finally starting to get some luck as far as, I think the last month, 5 weeks, he swung the bat extremely well, but it's been unfortunate. But the last few weeks, they've started to fall, and he's swinging the bat as well as anyone, and giving us good quality at bats.
How much does that adjustment process vary for a guy coming in here?
I think everyone's different. A guy that, like David, who's a veteran, started with the Diamondbacks, then went over to the Rays for a minute, comes over here, wants to make a splash. I think that there was a little bit of, you want to show your value. I think Jason went through that as well. And so all guys sort of go through it at times, but they're all different, and it's our job to make them feel comfortable. But they both those guys, have been great.
How'd you handle it as a player?
It was a tough adjustment. It was a tough, in the middle of a trade, in the middle of the season, in the off season, certain things like that. I think players have a lot of pride, and you want to show your worth, and sometimes you put a little undue pressure on yourself. But it is certainly nice when you have a lot of good players around you.
David Ferguson and Evan available tonight?
They're both available. Yeah, they'll both pitch in obviously some type of leverage situation.
Just quickly with Michael, with him returning, how do you plan on using him this go around with him being active? Is it going to be as a bullpen option? Is it as potentially a starter? How do you kind of see that playing out in the near future?
I think right now, today, he is available in the pen. And we'll see how tonight goes, and that'll kind of let us know how we're going to use him on Friday, potentially out of the pen, as Sheehan is starting on Friday. And then going forward, I don't think that it's really clear right now. It's really not clear, but I expect to get him in there, and use him, in the right way.
About Shohei Ohtani, do you want him?
Do I want him? I don't think there's a manager that wouldn't love Shohei, but right now he's an angel. So I want to get hits off him, and I want him to get out 4 times tonight. That's what I want.
And you don't want tampering charges, right?
And I can't afford tampering charges either. Thank you, guys.